Hello and welcome to the Mobi and Workspace training using Mobi and Workspace with Army JROTC Content, Basic Starter Information. My name is Steve Huff. I'm the Director of Federal Accounts for eInstruction Corporation. I've worked with Army JROTC for close to 7 years now on the integration of e-instruction tools such as the Classroom Performance System, often called the clickers, as well as interactive digital chalkboards such as the Mobi that we're going to cover today. We'll have a series of 3 different videos. This opening one will cover the basic background information, how to get started with Mobi. The second one will go into more detail about useful features with Mobi, such as controlling your computer, annotating over PowerPoint, using other software programs like Zoomit and CPS with the Mobi, as well as using Workspace. That'll be most of our time focused on using the Workspace software with Army JROTC Content. And for the third video, we'll cover more detail about how Workspace works, some tips and tricks on that. First of all, I want to just give you a little example of where Mobi kind of fits in the overall context of using digital interactive tools. And I'll use Mobi while I'm talking about this, if that's okay. So you'll see some of the tools here. First of all, instructors have in the past used a chalkboard. So you can see here this person has chalk, and they're just writing up on the screen. I'm just using Mobi here. But that was kind of the first innovation. And then annotation tools moved more to this using a flip chart. So we can have a little thinking map up here to annotate some concept, and that's nice because we can then tape that piece of paper around the room. Then we had the innovation of PowerPoint. And if you've seen this one before, this is kind of an infamous PowerPoint about the military campaign in Afghanistan, often called Death by PowerPoint, or we have met the enemy and he is PowerPoint. Sometimes PowerPoint can be effective, certainly, but it often can get too confusing and convoluted. Then we moved to large digital chalkboards. So you can see here we could create a bubble map here on the chalkboard. We could stamp up on the chalkboard if we wanted to. Let me put some different icons up there. Students can then move those around the board, and that's pretty nice. The main challenge with that is that it restricts the instructor and the students to the front of the classroom. You have a projector shining in your face, and it's a big heavy piece of equipment, very expensive. So the innovation really with Mobi is now we can replace those with a device that's very easy to use, handheld. I can move anywhere around the classroom. So there's 3 main ones that we want to highlight. First of all, the Mobi Quick. This is the one that most Army JROTC sites either have or are getting soon, where you have this pen here on the tool, and I'll just use the PowerPoint annotation tool here to show that off a little bit. So you can see this pen here just writes into this space like I'm doing now, and it just docks into the back of the board for charging. It has a screen on it that allows you to basically just see the clicker data that comes in from the students. The next innovation is the Mobi View. You can see the screen is a little bit larger. This just came out in March of 2011, so some of the new units are getting this. You're still writing into the space with this pen down here, but you have some new capabilities, a longer battery life on the board, which is very helpful. And then finally the Mobi Learner System, where you can have multiple pads around the room. You can see we have 3 here, 1, 2, 3, to be used by the students, so they can annotate now from their seat in collaborative groups. You can also use this dock here that keeps all your boards charged. You can set that on your desk or mount it to the wall. So that's really what we're going to cover here today. First of all, a little closer look at the Mobi Quick. This is the Mobi Quick that we talked about. You can see that it plugs into the back of your computer or on a laptop with a USB. It allows you to be mobile then around the room, so you're not tethered. But you can charge it using the tether right here into your computer, as you can see on the bottom, or you can even run it that way if you prefer. We also have Moby Sleeves. These are rubberized covers for the Mobis that allow them to create some more durability and also differentiation. You can get different colors for the Mobi. Mobi in the classroom looks sort of like this. Again, I'll use an annotation device here to highlight some ideas. So you can see the instructor back here has a Mobi in his hand, and he's annotating up on the screen. At the same time, this student is annotating here in this space and looking at the screen. You can see I have a couple workspace slides up here. So this is what the students are doing. They're doing a drag and drop rank insignia activity, or down here they're using a brace map to identify branches of government and that sort of thing. So that's what creates the collaboration in the classroom. We're pretty proud of several awards that the Mobi has won. The main one is the Best New Product in Tech and Learning magazine in 2010. mainly because of the quality, effectiveness, and ease of use. We're no longer stuck to the front of the classroom. We can move anywhere around. It's much more affordable, lightweight, and portable. So in the agenda for the next video, what we're going to cover is, number one, how to use Moby to control your computer from anywhere in the classroom. That's the mobility. That's where the name Moby came from, now mobile. Number two, annotate over a deck of PowerPoint slides. A lot of people don't know that there is an annotation software feature in PowerPoint that allows you to annotate, as you can see in this slide here. Number three, to write with software that has annotation capabilities, such as Zoom It. We'll show that a little bit, and you can see that slide here at the top where we've taken Army JROTC website, and we're just zooming in and annotating over that website. Or with CPS. CPS does have a chalkboard feature where you can pull in an image and annotate it as well. And finally, using workspace software from eInstruction. This is really the main part of the next video. We'll show you the different collaborative tools and activities that we've built for the Army JROTC content. So that's the end of part one in the video, just a quick overview. In part two, we'll get into more detail about how to use Moby.